The next most widely used SQL keyword is called where. Let me explain why it's needed. Imagine an instance where if I want to list all the movies, right, which are highly rated, which means whose rank score is greater than 9. Because we know that rank score will lie between 1 to 10, right? Or it can be a null value if we have no ratings at all, right? Or no scores at all, right? So now if I want to list all the movies which are very highly rated, because obviously these are movies that people would want to watch. Makes a lot of logical sense, right? So now given that requirement, how do we now do that? That's where the where clause will help us. So let's look at this command, right? So, okay, or else let's copy this and take it to, let's copy this from here, take it to take it to the terminal and actually execute it and see what is happening here, right? So if you go here, okay, I'll just copy paste it. I'm just deleting the previous command that I have here when we learned about distinct. Okay, I'm just pasting it here. Now let's see what it does. It's saying that you want to select these columns. What are the columns that I want? I want the name of the movie, the year of the movie, and the rank score. These are my column names that I want to select. From which table do I want to select? My table name is movies, right? Here comes the where clause. I want to select only those rows where the rank score is greater than 9. This is very interesting. So where says, so after where comes the condition, right? This is called the condition. This condition says only those rows that match this condition, or those rows where you have a rank score of greater than 9, only generate these columns for those rows. That's what this query is literally saying, right? So now let's run this and see what we will get. Okay, so let's just run this. Okay, you got a bunch of 1069 movies here because your output is 1069 rows here. Look at all the movies that you have. All of them have a rank score of greater than 9. 9.8, 9.1, 9.7. If you notice, you don't have any nulls here. You don't have any nulls. All the values are greater than 9. Right? These are all the movies in a database which are rated 9 or above. Now here, this is very useful, right? So where clause helps you pick based on a column value. Now let's see why this is useful. So let's go back to our, again, retail or Amazon example, right? So now let's assume I picked up the material equals to cotton. Suppose I ticked on this. All the results that I should get as output here should have material as cotton, right? So the query for that will look like select the products where material equals to cotton, right? We got this distinct materials, the list of all the materials using the distinct keyword that we saw in the previous video. Now once I get it, if a user clicks on cotton or ticks the cotton, you have to get all the results here which match this search criteria or this filter criteria, right? And this is something that you use extensively. You use this extensively across web development. I mean, where is probably one of the most used clauses or the most used keywords, just like select is in the whole of SQL itself, right? So let's learn some more details about where, right? So here, if this is a slightly modified, more slightly complex query. What am I doing here? I'm selecting the name, year, and rank score from movies where the rank score is greater than 9, and I want to order them by rank score. And I want this order to be descending order, and I want the top 20 movies. So what would this do? This would list the top 20 movies, right, which have the highest rank score, right? And these 20 movies are guaranteed to have rank score greater than 9, right? So this is my filter condition. After where comes my condition, then I'm ordering it by rank score in descending order, but I'm limiting it to just the first 20 rows. So this gives me the top 20 movies which are highest rated across my whole data set, and it guarantees that all of them will have a rank score of greater than 9, right? So very simple query. So I just wrote this example because I want to show you how these various keywords in SQL can be combined. Here we have select, we have where clause, we have order by, and we have limit. All of them have been combined in a single query. That's the power of SQL. You can combine many of these things together to achieve the results that we want. Having said that, a condition, so this is the condition, right? This is called the condition. Whatever comes after the where clause is called the condition. A condition can be true, false, or null. And you can use comparison operators. Here you have used a comparison operator called greater than, right? This is a comparison operator that is nothing but greater than, right? Now, if you want, you can use other comparison operators. You have equal to comparison operator. This is called equal to. Not equal to. Not equal to is represented in SQL as this symbol, or you can also represent it as less than, greater than. Both of them mean not equal to. Both of these symbols are valid. They imply not equal to. They imply not equal to. This means equal to. You have less than equal to, you have greater than equal to. All these are called comparison operators. Right? You have equal to. For not equal to, you can either use less than, greater than symbol in SQL or not equal. Both of these are valid. Less than equal to, greater than equal to. For example, let's see an example here, right? Let's look at this query. Let's copy this query and go here. Okay. So what is the query that we have here? What am I saying here? I am saying select all the columns. Star basically means all columns, right? Select all columns from my movie called movies_genres, where my genre is equal to comedy. So when I have a text here, I can put it in single quotes or I can put it in double quotes. So here I'm saying I want to see only those movies, the information about only those movies whose genre is equal to comedy. Right? Very simple. So when you execute it, what do you get? When you execute this query, what do you get? You get all the movie IDs whose genre is comedy. Very simple. Nothing very complex here, right? Similarly, if you want those movies which are not horror, like I really don't like to watch horror movies because they frighten me to death. Okay, personally, there are some people who enjoy horror movies, but I personally don't. It's been almost 10 plus years that I've watched a horror movie myself. Okay, so you can say select star from movies_genres, where genre is not equal to. So here we have written genre is not equal to horror. So you could write it like this, or you could have written the genre is not equal to horror. Both of them are valid. Both of them mean the same thing. Right? Very, very simple. Now comes a little twist in our where condition. This is a property that we should certainly learn about. Very interesting and important property. Whenever you have a value called null, right? We have seen that null value is present in the rank score column. Null in SQL basically means that we do not know the value. Value is either unknown, or the value is missing, or it doesn't exist. Logically speaking, right? Null basically means there is no value there. And null in capitals is a special keyword in SQL. It means that field or that value does not exist. Now here is a twist. The equal to symbol that we have here, does not work with null. Very, very important. Let's see an example, right? We know that we have some movies with rank score equals to null. We have seen this. Now, okay, let me show that to you just to be sure, just so that you're convinced about it, right? So let's go and, okay, from movies, limit 20. Let's say I'm just taking the top 20 movies. Okay, so what am I doing here? All I'm saying here is that I want name, year, rank score from movies, and I want the first 20. You'll see that rank score is equal to null for many, many movies. Okay, because there aren't enough ratings, whatever reason, or nobody has rated these movies. So you have many, many movies with rating or rank score equals to null. So here comes the fun part, right? When I told you that equal to symbol does not work with null, let me show that to you, right? When I take this, okay, So let's look at this query that I have here. When I run this query, what is the query that I'm running? Select name, year, rank score from movies where rank score equals to null. There are many rows, as we have just seen right now, where the rank score is null. But why am I getting an empty set here as a result? Something is wrong. That's because equal to symbol does not work well. It does not work with null. You can't compare nulls with the equal to symbol. That is a very, very important aspect of the where clause. What is the workaround then? There must be some way to work around, right? The workaround here is you can say select whatever columns you want from movies where rank score is null. This is a very important thing. When you say rank score is null, see, this does not work. We know that rank score equals to null does not work. But if you say rank score is null, this will work. If you want to compare, if you want to get all the movies where the rank score is null, you use the word is null. If you want to obtain all the movies information where rank score is not null, you use the keyword is not null. Is and is not. Okay, let's just execute them and see if they're actually working. Right? So let's look at this. Okay, so that's it. So here what do we have? Here I'm saying select all these columns from the movies where rank score is null, and I'm saying limit 20 because I want to obtain only the top 20 rows. So here if you see, all of them are null because we used is keyword here in SQL. So equal to does not work, is works. Right? Similarly, if you want to obtain all the movies, where the rank score is not null, right? You can again use this. You just use the keyword is not, right? So here I'm saying I want to obtain these columns from movies where rank score is not null and just show me the top 20 rows. Right? These are the top 20 rows in the table where the rank score is not null. You see, none of these values are null. Right? So where clause is an extremely useful, extensively used keyword because it basically helps you place filters. It basically helps you search. Literally, that's what it's doing. It'll return whatever columns you want from whichever table you want, which meet a search criteria or a condition. Right? The only special case is null. You can't use this simple comparison operator or this comparison operators with null. You have to use is null or is not null. That's the summary of it.